Cambridge International School, DASUYA, a vassal education school. Dear friends, I am Radha, working as PGT Business Studies at Cambridge International School, DASUYA. Students, in our previous lesson, we have studied about the importance of planning, where we have discussed why planning is important. Planning. Planning helps to know where we are at present and where we want to reach in the future. Planning is deciding in advance what to do and how to do. It is the primary function of management, and every manager has to perform it. It bridges the gap where we are and where we want to reach. We have studied about the importance of planning. All the points like it provides direction, reduces uncertainty, reduces overlapping, innovation and creativity, guides to decision making, and facilitates control. Planning helps to set objectives which provide the direction to the whole organization. By knowing the things in advance or by forecasting future in advance, we can reduce uncertainty. Planning. Planning, it means thinking in advance so that all will know what they have to do, when they have to do, and how they have to do. So it reduces overlapping, means duplicacy of activities through coordination. That means all will come to know what they have to do, when they have to do. So in this way, all departments will be able to coordinate with each other in a right manner. Planning means creativity, innovation. It helps to encourage people to think in a new way, to find out the innovative ideas to add on their creativity. Planning helps in decision making. It means where there are choices, planning is required. And among all the choices, we need to choose the best course of action. And planning only help us to see all the or to analyze all the course of action and then choose the best one. Planning provide the base for controlling. With the help of planning only, controlling function can be performed easily and in a right manner. In the absence of planning, we cannot get the desired objectives or what to compare. If standards are not there, objectives are not there, what to compare, what how to find the deviation and what corrective action to be taken. So this was the brief recap of importance of planning. Now today's topic, students, today we are going to discuss about the limitations of planning. And our learning objective is, students, you will understand the limitations of planning in detail. Limitations of planning. Planning is an important tool of management. It is difficult to manage operations without proper and formal planning. Planning helps to achieve desired organizational goals. But mostly we have seen in our daily life things doesn't go according to our choices. Unforeseen events or changes in business environment like rise in cost and price of goods, changes in government policies, changes in our taste and preferences affect the business plans. And then it becomes necessary to change or modify plans so that we can adapt changes to survive in the market or to lead in the market. Planning is an important tool of management, yet it is not a remedy for all types of problems. It suffers from internal and external problems. So let us start discussion regarding limitations of planning. So these are the points which we will discuss in detail about the limitations of planning. Planning leads to rigidity. Rigidity means which cannot be changed. Planning may not work in dynamic environment. Planning reduces creativity. Planning involves huge costs. Planning is a time consuming process and planning does not guarantee success. Now first point is rigidity, or we can say planning leads to rigidity. Rigidity means which is rigid, which we cannot change easily. In an organization, manager makes good plan or plan to achieve a specific goal for a specific period of time. Plan includes detailed and specific course of action. It means detailed plan how to achieve a particular objective which we want to achieve. Or we can say the way is decided in advance how to achieve the goals which we have decided. And once plan is decided or course of action is decided how to reach to the desired goal, then it becomes very difficult to change for the management or for the manager to change it or change their plans. They have to follow these plans strictly as it is. But sometimes, due to changes in the business environment, if manager thinks to bring any change or some changes in their previous plan, it may prove costly. मतलब जो एक बार आपका प्लान बन गया, अब प्लान आपका ऐसे नहीं बना, आपने उसके ऊपर बहुत टाइम लगाया, आपने बोर्ड रूम मीटिंग्स की, एक्सपर्ट्स को बुलाया, आपने पैसा भी खर्च किया, तो जब आप उसको अगर फ्यूचर में कभी चेंज करने का सोचो तो इट मे प्रूव कॉस्टली। तो आपको उसके लिए या तो मतलब सब प्लान दोबारा से करना पड़ेगा, दोबारा से वो मीटिंग्स होंगी, दोबारा से पैसा लगेगा, दोबारा से टाइम एंड एफर्ट्स लगेंगी, तो इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट टू चेंज. So planning leads to rigidity. Once plans are drawn, it may be difficult to change it. For example, Mr. Ram is working as a manager in a textile firm. According to policy of an organization, he can provide maximum 10% discount to its customers on sale of goods. It means कि उसको अगर अपनी गुड्स बेचनी है तो उसके लिए वो कस्टमर्स को सिर्फ 10% डिस्काउंट दे सकता है, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं. दिस इज़ द पॉलिसी एंड ही हैज़ टू फॉलो दिस. But one day, Ram got a large order from Mr. Mohan. But Mohan was asking for 10.5 discount for this order. But because of firm's strict instructions, Ram could not give 10.5% discount to Mohan and lost the large order. So Ram could not change the discount amount as it was decided by the top level and he could not get the big order. If Ram should be given some flexibility or freedom to take decision of giving 10.5% discount, then maybe he could get a large order. So this is an example of planning leads to rigidity. Once we have made the plan, it is very difficult to change it. And whenever or whatever plans we made and we need to follow as it is, and sometimes it does not work in changing situation. So this kind of rigidity in plans may create difficulty. Once a well-defined plan is drawn, managers may not be able to change it. The business environment change rapidly, but managers is committed to execute द प्री डिफाइंड प्लान. मतलब अगर आपका बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में कोई चेंजेस भी होते हैं, जैसे कि प्रेफरेंसेस टेस्ट भी चेंज होते हैं या इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी चेंज होती है, गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी चेंज होती है, वट एवर इज़ द रीज़न, तो हमें वो प्लान को इम्प्लीमेंट करना ही पड़ेगा. और इफ़ यू थिंक दैट यू हैव टू चेंज इट, इट मे प्रूव कॉस्टली. आपके लिए डिफ़िकल्टी हो सकती है, आपके लिए वो दोबारा से सब कुछ करना पड़ेगा. तो इट मे नॉट ब्रिंग पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट टू द बिजनेस इफ़ दे विल यूज़ द सेम प्लान इन द चेंजिंग एनवायरनमेंट. Business environment change rapidly, but manager may not be in a position to change the predetermined plan. मतलब business environment change होता है, रोज होता है, हर मोमेंट होता है, बट मैनेजर्स मे नॉट बी इन द पोजीशन कि वो जो डिसाइड किए थे प्लान, जो प्लान बनाए थे, उनको वो चेंज कर पाए. और अगर चेंज करने की नौबत आएगी देन दे हैव टू डू, बट इट मे प्रूव कॉस्टली एंड विल बी डिफ़िकल्ट. सो this is the rigidity of planning. Planning leads to rigidity. Now, next point of limitation is planning may not work in dynamic environment. Dynamic environment means changing world, changing time, changing taste and preferences, economic policy of government. So whatever changes are there, business has to see this. The environment in which business exists keeps on changing. बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट का मतलब क्या है? वो फैक्टर्स और फोर्सेस जो कि हमारे बिजनेस की फंक्शनिंग को अफेक्ट करती हैं. मीन्स फैक्टर्स और फोर्सेस विच अफेक्ट्स द फंक्शनिंग ऑफ बिजनेस, सच एज गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी, गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी चेंज इन इंटरेस्ट रेट अफेक्ट द डिसीजन टू टेक ए लोन। मतलब अगर गवर्नमेंट ने पॉलिसी चेंज कर दी है इंटरेस्ट रेट के लिए तो ये हमारे बिजनेस को अफेक्ट कर सकती है। इफ़ गवर्नमेंट हैज़ रिड्यूस्ड द रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट then firms will be more interested to take a loan for their expansion purpose because now it will be available at cheaper rate. But on the other hand, firm can postpone or even cancel the plan of expansion if government increases the rate of interest. So this is the one factor or force which is the part of business environment and in which business has to survive or they have to make a plan as per the changes in the business environment. And if business firm wants to lead or survive, they have to bring changes in their plans according to the change in the business environment or change in the taste preferences, change in the policy, etc. Suppose I made a plan. I will take a loan of 50 lakh rupees at 10% interest rate. And I have planned everything out of my salary, how much I will pay. Suppose I can pay 20,000 only maximum as an installment every month. Not more than this. Now, if government has increases the rate of interest, then has increased the rate of interest, then it will affect my budget plan negatively. I won't be able to manage my expenses smoothly because now I have to pay more on my installments. And when we talk about business environment, no can predict what will happen in future or we can't predict future. So whatever plans we make at present, no one knows that will be useful in the future or not, that will be applicable or not. But it does not mean we will leave making plans, but we need to make, but we must consider that the changes in the business environment, sometimes what plans we make at present may not work in the changing business environment. Now for example, Alpha Limited made a plan to increase its sales by 20% because of attractive demand in the market for their product for last 6 months, and they were very much sure, confident about the success in future. But what happened? But some changes took place in the market when new technology came in the market and competitor entered with low priced quality product. These two unexpected forces has affected the sales of Alpha Limited negatively. मतलब कि हमने सोचा था अल्फ़ा लिमिटेड ने कि हमारी सेल्स जो हैं 20% तक आराम से बढ़ जाएंगी क्योंकि हमारे प्रोडक्ट की अच्छी डिमांड है and all like our product. But they did not know that new technology will be there or competitor will enter with the low price quality product. So because of these reasons they could not grow or reach to the target of increase in sales by 20%, because whatever plan we make in present, they may not work in a changing or dynamic environment or changing situations. Then what we need to do? We need to modify or change these previous plans in the future according to the changing conditions to survive in the market or to lead in the market. And it is very difficult to predict the future. Unexpected events, which are the obstacles in the way of effective planning. These unexpected events can be political instability in India, and with the global that just now we are facing that big problem, global pandemic of COVID-19. The whole world is under crisis at present, and whatever plans we made earlier, that now in the month of April we thought that grade 12 result will be declared and some students plan to take admission abroad like Canada, and that means whatever plans we made in the past, now these are useless, and we are thinking in a new way now what to do and how to reach to our goals. So it is not compulsory that which plans we make today that will be useful in future, and it may be useful or it may not be, because that future is that you can't see, you can't predict what will happen, and sometimes that we need to change our plans according to change in situation. We may need to change our plans totally, or we need to modify sometimes. So, planning may not work in a dynamic environment. Under the conditions of rapid changes, the plans become outdated and irrelevant even before they are implemented. मतलब जो जो हमने आज प्लान बनाया, जब हमने इम्प्लीमेंट करने की सोची, हो सकता है उस वक्त हमारी सिचुएशन ही चेंज हो जाए, वो प्लान आउटडेटेड हो जाए. सो प्लानिंग कैन नॉट फोरसी एवरीथिंग. देयर मे बी ऑब्स्टेकल्स टू इफेक्टिव प्लानिंग. एंड प्लानिंग इज़ बेस्ड ऑन सर्टेन एजम्पन्स. हम कुछ एज्यूम करके चलते हैं, कुछ मान के चलते हैं फ्यूचर के रिगार्डिंग. सो ये सारी हमारी एजम्पन्स हैं, एंड दीज एजम्पन्स may change before plans are actually implemented. So plans may fail if the changes are very frequent. Now, third point of limitation of planning is no creativity, or planning reduces creativity. Generally, planning function is performed by top level people, chairman, director, general manager, etc. They make plan for the whole organization, and other levels like middle level and lower level, middle level, all the departmental heads like production manager, finance manager, sales manager, purchase manager, and at lower level that inspector is there, supervisor is there, foreman is there. These are the heads of middle level and lower level, and they are not going to make a plan. They are going to just follow these plans as it is, whatever made by a top level people. And middle level or and lower level managers, they are not allowed to deviate from these plans, means they cannot even add anything. They cannot go according to their wish. They have to follow these plans as it is, and so it reduces their initiative and creativity and innovativeness. They won't be able to give their unique, innovative, or creative ideas or suggestions, which in result it results in making them more lethargic or passive members of the group. There is nothing new and innovative. For example, Maxo Limited wanted to expand its business by introducing a new variety of product. That means they wanted to add some design in the product. Top level people were called to participate in giving their suggestions, ideas regarding this. They did not call or consult middle level managers or inspectors or supervisors, those who were very close to that work. So they were not able to come forward and give their valuable suggestion. आप देखो कि आप एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहे हो और आप जिस प्रोडक्ट से रिलेटेड आप जुड़े हो, आपको उसके लिए बुलाया ही ना जाए, आपको सजेशन ही ना पूछा जाए उसके लिए, आपके आइडियाज़ ही ना लिए जाएं, then you will feel very bad. And this not only reduces their creativity but also demotivate them by thinking they are just working, they are just using as a resource, nothing else. They are not a valuable member of their group. So when you are going to take decision yourself, you are not going to allow other members to participate. Then and when they have to follow these all things blindly, then much of the initiative or creativity inherent in them get lost or reduced. Now next point is huge cost and time, or planning involves huge cost. When business firm makes plan, it involves huge cost, whether it is a time or money or efforts. Good plans involved scientific calculation to find facts and figures, its accuracy and effectiveness. Lot of money and efforts used to spend. We need to spend on boardroom meetings, discussion with experts, and on primary investigations to check the effectiveness of plan. Sometimes it may happen that plan may result in more cost than benefits. Planning is an expensive process. Collection of data, analysis, and evaluation of different information, facts, and alternative involves a lot of expenses. Sometimes cost incurred may not justify the benefits derived from the plans. Planning process it is a very expensive. Small and medium sized concerns cannot afford this. For example, Zinc Limited has to make a plan for coming year. For this purpose, company hires or called professionals from UK. Lot of money is spent on their fees, collection of facts and figures, survey, boardroom meetings, etc. Later on, company came to know this plan has proved to be a very costly affair and cost may exceed the gains. Means whatever cost they have decided that will be more than the benefits. देखो जब आप कोई भी प्लान बनाते हो उसके लिए आप बोर्ड रूम मीटिंग्स करते हो, एक्सपर्ट्स को बुलाते हो, टाइम लगाते हो, कलेक्ट करते हो इन्फॉर्मेशन को, उसको एनालाइज करते हो, फिर जाके आप एक पर्टिकुलर बढ़िया सा कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन तैयार करते हो। लेकिन ये सब करने में टाइम भी लगता है, एफर्ट्स भी लगती हैं और साथ में साथ पैसे भी लगते हैं बिकॉज यू आर कॉलिंग प्रोफेशनल एज लाइक इन दिस एग्जांपल दे कॉल्ड प्रोफेशनल फ्रॉम यूके। लेकिन जब आप देखते हो कि पैसा लग गया, सब कुछ हो गया, तब भी आपका प्लान जो है वो इतना सक्सेसफुल नहीं रहा कि जिसमें आपको लगे कि हाँ मैंने पैसा खर्चा, बेनिफिट्स भी मुझे उतना ही बढ़िया मिला। समटाइम्स इट मे हैपन cost will be more than the benefits. So it may happen, it is not compulsory that all the time it will happen. It may happen that your cost will be more than the benefits. Now next point is planning is a time consuming process. You can see in this image we need to develop an idea, we need to analyze it, forecast it, develop it, then we need to implement and we need to evaluate what is the result. So this is a time consuming process. Sometimes it takes much time to draw a good plan and there is not much time left for their implementation. मतलब हमने एक गुड अच्छा प्लान तो बनाया, अब वो प्लान को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए हमारे पास टाइम कम बचा. Then results may not be as per our expectations. Planning, it is a lengthy process. Lot of time is involved for collecting and analyzing data, facts and figures. Lot of time can be spent in the completing or comparing all alternative course of action and choose the best one. And we need to keep in our mind when we make a good plan, after that we need to put our efforts, we need to go for proper implementation of that plan in a right manner at a right time. So that means एक अच्छा प्लान बनाना ही ज़रूरी नहीं है, उसको आपको टाइम पे सही मायने में इम्प्लीमेंट करना भी बहुत ज़रूरी है. इफ़ यू हैव मेड ए गुड प्लान बट यू कुड नॉट इम्प्लीमेंट इन अ राइट मैनर एट ए राइट टाइम, then also it may affect your results. You will not get positive results. Planning process is a time consuming process because it takes long time to evaluate the alternatives. Alternative, the course of action through which you will achieve your objective. And these alternatives we need to evaluate, we need to compare. We need to compare pros and cons of each alternative. हर तरीके का, हर वे जिससे कि हमने अपना बिजनेस का ऑब्जेक्टिव अचीव करना है, हमें हर एक अल्टरनेटिव का प्रोस एंड कॉन्स, उसका पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट देखना है और फिर हमें चूज़ करना है द बेस्ट वन कि जो हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल को अचीव करने के लिए बेस्ट रहेगा. एंड लॉट ऑफ टाइम इज़ नीडेड टू डेवलप प्लानिंग प्रेमिसेस. स्टूडेंट्स, दिस प्लानिंग प्रेमिसेस इट इज़ ए न्यू टर्म फॉर यू. प्लानिंग प्रेमिसेस का मतलब है प्रिपेयर सर्टेन अजम्पशंस फॉर द फ्यूचर, कि आप फ्यूचर के लिए कुछ एज्यूम करके चल रहे हो, मान के चल रहे हो, एंड इट विल बी बेस्ड ऑन योर पास्ट रिकॉर्ड्स कि आप फ्यूचर में आपकी क्या सेल होगी, तो उसके लिए आप अपना पास्ट रिकॉर्ड देख के फिर आप एक एक्यूरेट फोरकास्ट करोगे. दिस इज़ कॉल्ड प्लानिंग प्रेमिसेस. सो इट टेक्स टाइम. Whenever there is a need for prompt and immediate decision, then we have to avoid planning. Planning is not practicable during emergencies and crises when quick decisions are necessary. As you know that we are passing from that global pandemic, COVID-19 crisis. After declaring global pandemic COVID-19, it took time to understand it and make that government has started to make an action plan how to control it. बट आपको पता है अभी तक हम लॉकडाउन है और लॉकडाउन बढ़ता जा रहा है और हमें नहीं पता कि वैक्सीन कब आएगी और कब तक ये लॉकडाउन चलेगा, आप कब तक स्कूल नहीं आओगे. सो ऑल थिंग्स टेक्स टाइम. अब इसके लिए गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, WHO सब प्लान कर रहे हैं, सब वैक्सीनेशन को तैयार करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. बट इन चीज़ों को समझने में हमें कितना टाइम लगा कि हमें कैसे बच के रहना है इन चीज़ों से, या फिर अभी तक कोई वैक्सीन नहीं आई. तो ये सारी चीज़ें जो है दिस इज़ मीन्स इट विल टेक टाइम. हमें अभी टाइम लगेगा इनको समझने में, इनको इससे रिकवर होने में. तो प्लानिंग टेक्स टाइम. Planning does not guarantee success. False sense of security. Student, success of any organization depends upon its effective plans and its implementation on time in a proper manner. Plan we need to convert into meaningful action. Otherwise, plans will become meaningless. Sometimes managers are in habit to use previously tried and tested successful plan, but it may not work always in a same manner, and it may not possible that we will get the same results, and which can result in failure of plan than success. So it becomes necessary to make a good plan and implement it in a right manner at a right time. Then only we can expect success. And manager must not follow previous tried and tested plans blindly. They must analyze all the facts and figures according to the present objective and situation, and then they should choose the best course of action which will help them to reach to the desired goal. And in the absence of effective plan and no implementation in a right manner can lead to failure of plans. स्टूडेंट्स, इसका मतलब है आपने एक अच्छा प्लान बनाया, लेकिन जब आपने उसको सही तरीके से इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया, सही टाइम पे इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया, तो हो सकता है कि आप जो फेवरेबल रिजल्ट सोच रहे हो वो आपको ना मिले. सो इट इज़ कंपल्सरी दैट यू नीड टू इम्प्लीमेंट द सेम प्लान इन अ राइट मैनर at a right time, then you can expect good results. So it does not guarantee success कि आपने जो प्लान बनाया वो हमेशा आपको फेवरेबल रिजल्ट दे, बिकॉज दिस इज़ a changing time, changing business environment. Because of changes in the business environment due to change in policy, our taste and preferences, and when you are not going to implement the same plan in a right manner at a right time, it will not give you favorable result. The success of enterprise is possibly only when plans are properly drawn up and implemented. Managers have to have a tendency to rely on previously tried and tested successful plan. मतलब वो blindly उनको follow करने की उनकी आदत होती है. But it is not always true that a plan which has worked before will work effectively again. जो आपका प्लान जो पिछली बार बड़ा कामयाब रहा वो आज भी आपका कामयाब रहे. Planning only provides a base for analyzing future, predicting future. It is not a solution for a future course of action. For example, students, you know that most of the students make a very good timetable every year, and they say that yes, I will start following this timetable from tomorrow. But that tomorrow doesn't come, and in the absence of implementation of that timetable in a right manner at a right time, we lose the time, and time flies, and exam comes and we won't be able to get good score. Why? Because we have made a good plan but we could not follow it. So it is compulsory, when you make a good plan you have to follow it in a proper manner at a right time in a same way. प्लान तो अच्छा बनाया लेकिन उसको हमने इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया, सही टाइम पे इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं किया. एंड इफेक्टिवनेस ऑफ प्लानिंग depends upon attitude and behavior of a planner, how he is going to implement it. If plans are based on inaccurate information, then also it can lead to ineffective plan. And because of rigidity, time consuming process, huge cost, then dynamic environment leads to failure sometimes. So there are these are the limitations which affect our business and can reduce the effectiveness of management. So students, today we have discussed about the limitations of planning. Planning leads to rigidity. That means once we have drawn up the plans, it is very difficult to change. You can change it, but it will take cost and time. Planning may not work in dynamic environment. Business environment keeps on changing. Things keeps on changing. No one knows what will happen in the next moment. So whatever plans you have made in the past, it may work or may not work. Planning reduces creativity. It means when top level people they are going to prepare plans, they are going to set objectives, then other levels, lower level and middle level, they just have to follow it as it is blindly. So it reduces their creativity, their innovation. Planning involves huge cost, time. That huge cost because it involves that boardroom meetings you need to hire experts from outside and you need to go for collection of facts and figures. So it involves huge cost, huge money. Planning is a time consuming process that you need to evaluate all alternative course of action. You need to choose the best one and it takes time. प्लानिंग डज नॉट गारंटी सक्सेस कि आपने जो प्लान बनाया वो सक्सेसफुल रहेगा ही रहेगा बिकॉज ऑफ चेंजिंग एनवायरमेंट that it may not guarantee success because you are not going to implement in a same manner, it may bring failure for you. So planning does not guarantee success. So students, today we have discussed about the limitations of planning. Now what kind of questions can come from this topic? Directly they can ask you that explain 5 points of limitations of planning, or they can ask you specifically by giving the particular point that how planning reduces the creativity, how planning does not guarantee success, explain it. It can come for 3 marks, 4 marks or 5 marks. So we conclude our lesson here. So today we have discussed in detail about the limitations of planning. And now the time is for home assignment. Students, that notes are given in the worksheet as well as some questions are given. You need to attempt it in your fair notebook. In case of any doubt, any query, you can call me, contact me anytime. So stay home, stay safe and keep studying. Thank you.